He's a bizarre guy.
I've only met Gavin. I think I've only met him one time in my life, and it's such a crazy experience. So the debate between Biden and Trump during the 2024 cycle, and I'm there. I'm actually doing an interview for a documentary when the debate starts. And there's this clip of me, the debate starts, I'm in the middle of this interview, there's a big screen behind me as I'm talking to the camera, which is here, and I kind of freeze, and I look back at the TV and I'm like, oh my God, like this is actually happening. Biden is imploding, because if you remember, it was obvious from the get-go. So I go to the spin room afterwards, and that's where, all these reporters and all the surrogates of the candidates, this is before I was the VP nominee, and I'm just like, talking about how great the president did, how bad President Biden did. Okay. I see Gavin Newsom there, and he literally looks like he's seen a ghost. Like I've never seen a person who, as good of a bullshitter as he is, who realized there was no selling that performance. Like, but can you imagine, like, try to put yourself in the perspective of a human being. I always try to, be empathetic, where Joe Biden has just had that debate, and you have to go on CNN to talk about how great of a job Joe Biden did.
Well, my favorite is Joe Scarborough, because Joe Scarborough before it was like, I'm going to say something and F you if you can't take it. This is the sharpest Biden we've ever seen. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's amazing. And then after the debate, he's like, we got to get rid of him. He's got to go. He's got to go, hey, what did you say? You just said a couple of months ago, this is the best Biden ever.
That's wild.
Well, it's like, I wonder what was going on with that. Because, like, the debates were earlier than they've ever been before. And it seemed to me, it's like there was a concerted effort to hide what was wrong with him.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
Everybody was bullshitting.
Yes.
Everybody was gaslighting us.
Correct.
We all saw it. I remember a friend of mine who's super progressive, super liberal. When I talked about it on a podcast, I'm like, this is crazy. Even if he wins, he's not going to be the guy that's the president. You're going to have his cabinet that are running everything.
Yeah.
Turned out I was right. And they were saying, oh, don't you understand that he has a stutter? And I said, where the fuck was that stutter in the 1990s? Like, that's
right.
crazy.
That's right.
Like a stutter that only shows up when you're 80? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lie. You're lying. He's had 2 brain surgeries, like where they have to take the top of your head off. Literally, they have to take like a cap.
Wait, Biden had 2 brain surgeries?
Oh, yeah.
How did I not know this?
You didn't know this?
I didn't know that he had 2 brain surgeries.
He had 2 brain surgeries. Jamie, please look this up. Make sure that I'm right. I'm 99% sure I'm right. But I know he had
so did
one
he get
that was like
a refund afterwards?
Well, it kept him alive. It kept him alive. I mean, Biden has not undergone recent brain surgery. He underwent 2 successful, life-saving brain surgeries to repair 2 intracranial aneurysms in 1988.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
His medical professionals have stated that he made a full recovery and suffered no lasting brain damage or cognitive impairment from these procedures. Oh, it's from the Washington Post, so you know it's accurate and definitely not biased at all. And these medical professionals, were those the same people that said that the COVID vaccine is safe and effective?
That's right.
We live in a wonderful time for bullshit. It's like, because they just bullshit you right to your face. Like,
we do.
He had 2 brain surgeries, like major brain surgeries, because he's having aneurysms. I don't care who you are. That's probably going to do some damage.
It's going to leave some...
Aneurysms are
leave an impact.
a real problem.
That's a real thing.
Your brain is bleeding.
People die from aneurysms all the time. See, that's the crazy thing is I never even knew about that.
How'd you not know about that? That's nuts. I knew about it.
Well, it speaks to how constrained our media environment is that even I had never heard
Right.
that.
It was not a part of the narrative. It's certainly not from the Democrats. But yeah, it was clearly, I just don't understand why they ran him in the first place. The whole thing made no sense. And then to have no primary and just stick Kamala in there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden pretend that she's the best thing ever. And like this idea, like complete flip of her being the least popular vice president ever. Always sticking her foot in her mouth. Always saying crazy shit. How dare we say Merry Christmas? Remember that one? Like, what the fuck is... What are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, joy is bad? Merry Christmas is bad?
Legitimately, when the campaign consultants told me, hey, we're going to hit this line because Kamala Harris came out in favor of taxpayer-funded sex changes for illegal aliens. And I remember thinking to myself, come on, you guys. Like, she didn't really say that. It's taken out of context. And then I go and look at it, and I'm like, holy shit, she actually said that. And she really was like the very worst version of what the Democrats were producing in 2020. The thing is, they were all doing it because that was the incentives of the party. Like if you remember that debate where it was, do you want taxpayer-funded Medicare for illegal aliens? Which like Medicare is the program to provide health care to the elderly that people pay into for like, your entire working life. You see your little Medicare tax statement. And the idea that we were going to give taxpayer-funded health care to illegal aliens, it was just insane. It was a 90-10 issue, but their party in 2020 got kind of taken over by the radicals. And I think actually maybe you're seeing a little bit of that happening right now, where it seems like the radical organizations, the nonprofits, the donors are pushing the party in a direction that most of the voters haven't gone in. Like you ask why Joe Biden was the nominee, and I'll say something in defense of Joe Biden. So like, was he the most effective politician? No. Had he had 2 brain surgeries? Yes, and clearly had shown the negative signs of aging. But he was kind of the only candidate, if you go back to 2020, who could hold together like the reasonable middle-class Black American in the Atlanta suburbs with whatever is going on the far left of the Democrat Party. And I think this is sort of the issue their party has. I mean, to be candid, our party has its own coalition problems, and it's always tough in a 2-party system to hold everybody together. Like I think about this a lot. I think it's really tough on the Democrats because the core of their party, like the most important voting bloc in the Democratic Party, is middle-class Black Americans. Socially moderate to even socially conservative, maybe a little bit more economically populist on certain business and tax issues. They don't want to give tax breaks to major corporations. They also don't want to trans the kids. That's the base of their party. But then you've also got like the crazy people, and you have to kind of hold that together. I think the argument for Biden was he was one of the only people who could hold that together, even though he was an awful politician in his own right, even before he was like old.
Well, it's because he was Obama's vice president.
Exactly.
And, he's established, he's a known name. And for the people that were kind of casuals that weren't really paying attention to politics, like he's a proven commodity.
That's right. He doesn't read as a crazy person to the general electorate, even though, I
got hairy legs. When he would tell stories like, I'll tell you about corn pop. Like, what?
Oh,
what the fuck is going on?
The thing I couldn't get over Biden is just bad staff work, man. The way that he ate ice cream. I mean, it's like, we could bring some of this stuff up, but it's like they would get him eating ice cream in the most ridiculous, suggestive way imaginable.
I never even paid attention to that.
Oh, my God. Like,
I never saw
such bad optics. So there's a clip, I want to say, from the 2016 campaign where somebody is campaigning in Iowa. And like, the Iowa State Fair is like one of the main things you go to when you're running for president. And they give somebody a corn dog. And somebody eats the corn dog. And it becomes like a major news cycle for a long time. And I will never forget in 2024, in 2020.
This is how immature we are.
I know. You got to have a little fun sometimes, though. But in 2024, somebody is holding up a sign at the Iowa State Fair. I think it may have been one of Vivek Ramaswamy's events. And the sign says, "Eat the corn dog, you coward." And it's one of the best political signs I've ever seen.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, you'd have to be a very manly man to be able to confidently eat a corn dog.
Yeah, I don't know that I could do it, Joe.
I eat them. They're good.
Yeah, but
they taste good.
Are you I love corn dogs.
I've been photographed.
You've been photographed eating a corn dog?
I'm sure someone has.
What are
I've eaten corn dogs. The odds
are
much
more interesting life that I've led. I try to eat my corn dogs. That's between me and my kitchen.
I'm not scared to eat a corn dog. I just think it's funny that people they're so afraid of being anything that looks like a dick. You can't. Bananas, corn dogs.
You gotta be careful when you're in politics. This is an optics-based business here.
What are those popsicles? The ones that Yeah, I get it. I mean, but it's just like that's how crazy we are. That's what weirds people out. The way someone eats a hot dog. That's like, okay.
Well, that's where we are, man.
Yeah. It's the difference between the crazies and the real reasonable Democrats is so stark to me. And it's also With the
Correct.
right, it's like the party's always defined by the worst examples of the right.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
or of the left.